Okay, so this is practice test number 2, and I am going to work on number 1 first. So it looks like this. Okay, so it says compare the quantity in column A with quantity in column B. We have two functions. We've got f of x, and we also have g of x. And basically we're looking at column A and column B. In column A, we have g of 1, which means we're going to plug in 1 to all the x's in g of x. Same thing with column B. We see f of negative 1. We're going to plug in negative 1 into all the x's in f of x. Okay, so starting with g of 1, we are going to plug in 1 to all the x's in g of x. So it looks like this. Okay, remember this part only means that, hey, Miss M, I'm plugging in 1 into the function g of x. Okay, this does not mean solve for g. Again, we're only plugging in 1 to all the x's in g of x. Okay, that's what we just did. Okay, so now we just solve on the right side. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. And then we have a minus 1. And then you have negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. So the answer to this part over here, g of 1, actually I'm going to go like this. The answer to g of 1 is negative 6. That's the answer that we got. Okay, next we are going to plug in negative 1 into f of x. So I'm going to do that on this side. We've got f of negative 1 is equal to 3 times negative 1 squared plus 1. And then if I do my exponents first, negative 1 squared is positive 1. And then multiplication goes next. 3 times 1 is 3. And then lastly, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. So if I go back over here, f of negative 1 was positive 4. So this is going to be a positive 4. So if we look at these statements, which quantity is greater, the quantity in column A or quantity in column B? If you just chose B, you're correct, which is 4, because that's greater than negative 6. So the answer is the quantity in column B is greater.